Good morning, students. So yes, last time topic we have discussed it was conservation of forest and wildlife, and today we will discuss about the topics like the biosphere reserve, national parks, and wildlife sanctuaries. So earlier you came to know that how conservation of forest and wildlife is important, and these places, these biosphere reserve, national park, and the wildlife sanctuaries, these are specially designated places by the governments, right, for protecting wildlife, their habitats, means all plants, animals, and their natural habitats, right, by keeping in view the purpose of protecting this wildlife and natural habitats. These biosphere reserves, national parks, and sanctuaries, they are set up. So first we'll study about the biosphere reserve. Biosphere reserve is an international conservation designation given by UNESCO under its program on man and the biosphere. Means biosphere reserve is a special area where biodiversity is protected, right? And this designation, it is given by UNESCO. UNESCO stands for, UNESCO is the part of this UNO, United Nations Organization. This is one of the branch of UNO, and it's you should know its full form also, United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. Right, under its one program, MAB, which is commonly called the Man and Biosphere Program. So the World Network of Biosphere Reserves is the collection of all 533 biosphere reserves in 107 countries. This is old book and data may be changed in new books here. No issue, you confirm it. So means the collection of these reserves in 107 countries. Means some biosphere reserves are given special status by the World Network of Biosphere Reserves. Abbreviations may come in exams. World Network of Biosphere Reserves. And this UNESCO full form, MAB full form, you should clear all these also. So some biosphere reserves, they have given the special status by the UNESCO. You heard in news, commonly you have seen like the heritage status, it is given to this biosphere reserve, to this national park, to this. So these are the special status given by the UNESCO. Biosphere reserves are created to promote and demonstrate a balanced relationship between man and the biosphere. Means here proper balance is maintained between the nature and the human activities, and also here the wildlife that is protected. The Indian government has established 15 biosphere reserves of India. Again, data may be new in new books, it may be changed here. Next, so now you came to know what is biosphere reserve. Means and one thing, it includes all things like it comprises the marine, terrestrial, coastal ecosystems, everything else. You know what is ecosystem. Earlier I told you that a system, self-sustaining system, where the living and non-living components, they interact with each other. Then 4 of the 15 biosphere reserves are part of the World Network of Biosphere Reserves based on the UNESCO Man and the Biosphere Program. I told you earlier that some are given the special status, right, which is called the heritage status. So out of 15, how many? 4 are given that status. They are Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve, Sundarbans Biosphere Reserve, and Gulf of Mannar Biosphere Reserve. Right? This topic, I think this is also included in your social science, and so you can also correlate this both the subjects. So this is about the biosphere reserve. Next, I will take the national parks. What are national parks? And while we do all the two topics these, we will differentiate also what is the major difference between all these. Then I will take the national parks. A national park is a reserve of land usually declared and owned by a national government, protected from most human development and pollution. Means national park is also same area, protected area for this wildlife, for this by keeping in mind the conservation of the protection of the biodiversity. But the main difference between these two is in biosphere reserve and national park is that the limited human activities, they are allowed in the biosphere reserves, but human activities are strictly prohibited in national parks. Right? National parks are protected areas. National parks help in conservation of endangered species of animals. Now, endangered species, I think you know, endangered species are those species means which are in risk of extinction, right? Not yet extinct, but they are in the risk of extinction, means their number is now very less, remain very less, and they need special attention so that they cannot be completely, they will not be extinct, right? Means near to extinction, these endangered species. So they help in their purpose is to conserve these endangered species of animals as well as the plants, and are thus very useful. So I discussed with you earlier that why to protect these species, because these are also a part of our food chain, and I told you earlier that each and every organism, each and every individual in food chain each and every species is playing a significant role in the food chain. If one get extinct, whole food chain get disturbed. So that's why their conservation is very, very important to sustain the ecosystem. The Jim Corbett National Park, very, very important, situated in the Uttarakhand. It was the first national park in India established in 1935. Right? This is the first national park of India from the general knowledge point of view, from this topic point of view, from examination point of view, very, very important that this is the first national park established in India in the year 1935, and this is situated in the Uttarakhand, right? And specially I think specially meant for the tigers. Okay. Next come the Kaziranga National Park. Kaziranga National Park, it has 2/3 of the world's great one-horned rhinoceros population, and this national park is situated in Assam, right? And here one-horned rhinos are there, specially protected there. Kaziranga, they boast of the highest density of tigers among protected areas in the world, and was declared as a tiger reserve in 2006, right? Also the tiger population is there, and it is declared as a tiger reserve in 2006. The park is home to large breeding population of elephants, wild water buffaloes, and swamp deer. Means other animals are also there, but main attention is towards the main animal. It is famous for the one-horned rhinoceros, right? Because it is having the all world's maximum population of rhinos here. Then come the Bandipur National Park. This is situated in the Karnataka, I think. Is one of the India's best known protected areas and an important reserve for the Project Tiger. Tiger project is there, elephant project is there, some projects are there which are set up by the Indian government. So this is important for the Project Tiger. It is located in Karnataka in South India, right? So there are so many national parks, list of so many national parks, but at least which are given in your book, at least you should learn these all with proper their established where they are situated, and which type of animal they are having, and all these, right? And clear cut difference between the national park and the this biosphere reserve, which we have done earlier, right? So learn the names of all these biosphere reserves, national parks also, right? Then come the next, I will take the wildlife sanctuaries. Wildlife sanctuary, also called a wildlife refuge, is generally an officially designated territory created by the government providing protection and suitable living conditions for wild animals, right? Strictly for the wild animals, this wildlife sanctuary means. And these sanctuaries, these are species specific. Wildlife sanctuaries are species specific, right? Hunting, killing, or capturing of animals is strictly prohibited in such areas. They are prohibited means they are not allowed here. All these activities are not allowed here. There are about 440 wildlife sanctuaries in India that protect the habitat of wild animals so that they can live safely without any harmful human intervention, right? So number, again you can confirm it from the new books, number of these wildlife sanctuaries. And again, these are protecting the wild animals, right? Wild animals can live freely there, they can live safely there, as all these activities like hunting, killing, all these are not allowed there, right? So humans, they cannot harm wild animals here in wildlife sanctuaries, right? And again, all these are wildlife sanctuaries, national parks, biosphere reserve, all these are set up by government. Then Jayakwadi Bird Sanctuary is situated in Aurangabad, Maharashtra, and Ahmednagar district in Maharashtra region Marathwada region of the Maharashtra, right? The presence of the Nath Sagar Lake in the sanctuary makes the surrounding areas rich in aquatic flora and fauna. Flora and fauna means the flora means plants, fauna means animals. It has attracted many species of resident and migratory birds. Siberian crane and all these are the migratory birds. Resident birds means which are earlier living there. Nearly 200 species of birds are in the seas, including more than 70 species of migratory birds, out of which 45 major species are of the international migration. Means these 45 major species, they are the migratory species, they migrate internationally. Notable amongst migratory birds are Siberian cranes, flamingos, Brahminy duck, poached seals, right? Then the pintails, pigeon, chevalier's goodwit, chausses, glossy ibis, etc. All these are the migratory names of some specific migratory birds. It is a habitat for resting of local resident birds, right? The resident birds means which are living there. So only this is given about these wildlife sanctuaries, about national parks and this biosphere reserves, right? Next is the Garimatha Turtle Sanctuary. This especially for the turtle is situated in the Orissa. It is the breeding ground for the giant olive ridley turtles. Breeding ground means here they reproduction is there, means they are reproducing here and increasing in number. They are having the favorable conditions for reproduction there in this place, who travel all the way from the Pacific Ocean to mate. Mean they come from the Pacific Ocean and reproduction occurs there, mating occurs there, crossbreeding occurs there, and they lay eggs there here. Means it's a suitable place, right? Suitable place for the breeding and for laying eggs, right? So again about these three. This first biosphere reserve area comprise marine, terrestrial, coastal ecosystem. Wildlife sanctuaries, they are species specific. National parks, habitat specific and provide protection to all the species. So